Alright Guardians, this is our weekly solo player's guide to the Nightfall. We're doing the new one, the Hollowed Lair. You can get Mindbender's something shotgun from this. I will show you how to do the cheese. If you do the cheese though, as you can see, it doesn't count for your completion. So that's a little, that's whatever. I'll just do it again. But yeah, it's far. Before we get into all that, would you do this every single week? Usually on Tuesday or Wednesday, but lately we've been doing it a little later because I've been busy. So subscribe if you're new to the channel, and let's get on with it. So like I said, this is our Hunter variant. Our loadout is the Redrick's Broadsword. This is amazing in PvE. If you don't have it yet, it is definitely worth the grind in PvE. I'm not a huge fan of it in PvP, but yeah, it's really great. I've got backup mag mod on it, so I get an increased magazine. We're also rocking the Ikelos shotgun. If you don't have this, any kind of solar shotgun is going to do you just fine. And then I'm rocking Sleepless. But if you've got like a solar something that you prefer to use, maybe you want to use Sleeper. If you want to rock that, that's also pretty good. And then with Brawler on, and we're also rocking the 1000 Cuts subclass with Ophidia Spaith, you can spam the hell out of your throwing knives. This grants 2 knives per charge, so you can literally just continuously throw them once you get that tier 3 stacked up. It's pretty incredible. So if you got this, throw this on there. And yeah, other than that, let's go ahead and just rock this guide. Alright, so as soon as you get here, you can literally just hop on your Sparrow and just go straight through, and we'll get to the very first, the real section. Alright, so here you can run through this if you want to, or you can just take these guys out. With Brawler, this isn't going to be too difficult at all, especially for Hunters. As you can see, these guys are going down 1 hit. The Elites might take 2 hits, and then just watch out for the Screebs. But otherwise, I'll let this part play out, and you can just kind of mosey on through this whole next section. Here, there is going to be 1 elite, I think they're called Chieftains, the big captains. Be very careful about them because they will shoot these things, these little mines, and they hurt a lot. So just be very careful. Kind of keep your distance if you can. As you can see, I am really trying to get that guy out first, or at the very least, get him to a spot where you can get in cover. But I would suggest, just kind of keep back. You don't have to just use your melee ability like I am, but I would definitely suggest keeping your distance. With this guy, it's pretty easy. If you get a 3 stack and you've got that Ophidian Spaith, you can literally just spam it, and as you can see, he goes down very quickly. So then just finish off the rest of these guys if you want to, and we'll move on to the next section. Alright, so once you get here, there are going to be several guys, and there's going to be 3 total elites. That guy we just killed there. And then there's also going to spawn in 2 of these stalker dudes. I think that's what these ones are. They'll spawn one right there and one on the opposite side to our left. Just go ahead and take them out while you're putting the platform down. Once you put the platform down, you'll get another big spawn of ads. I would throw your grenade, if you have it, into that little area there. Hopefully you take out the chieftain that spawns in. But if not, just come around here. And you kind of want to take out these guys as quickly as possible. Save your super though. You're going to want to use that on the tank. If you have to, obviously running back here is great because there is a lot of cover. That's the nice part about this section. There is a ton of cover you can choose from. And just be very careful, obviously. Again, that chieftain is going to suck. Get him out as quickly as possible. And then once everything else is dead, then work on the tank. I wouldn't do it before though. But once you're alone with the tank, pop your super. That should take out about half of his health if you're using the blade, the 1,000 cuts, as you can see right here. And then we're literally just going to spam our shotgun and our brawler, just like that. That would have done a lot more damage if we'd actually gotten it, but that's okay. We get it anyways. And then just come run back here if you need your health, because there is going to be a fairly good sized wave of enemies. You can just use your knives, or just kill these guys really quick, whatever you got. It shouldn't be too hard. There's just a bunch of them, as you can see. Just be very careful. And then once you kill all these guys, we'll be in the next section. Alright, once you're here, there's going to be a couple, I believe there's 2 elites in here. This guy right here. If you use your knives, you can literally just take him out in half a second. And then if you just come around like a normal person, I guess that dude's not an elite, but just go ahead and kill them. And this section can be pretty difficult. So what you want to do, honestly, I would recommend taking these guys out first. And when I say these guys, I mean all of them. There's 2 elite chieftains, that guy that we just killed, and then there's going to be another one to our right. As long as you have a 3-stack Ophidian Spathe, you can literally just run through this bit. Just spam your melee. But then once everything is dead in this room, go ahead and start working on the 2 platforms, the counterweights. Once you start on the first one, you will get a wave of enemies. They'll just kind of spawn around the room. Work on the ones closest to you, that way you can, again, spam your melee abilities. Just like so. And then use the cover to your right, if you're using this right one first, to your advantage. Just kind of peek in and out, in and out, in and out. If you're not very good throwing these, don't worry about it. If you're spamming them, if you're able to spam them, you'll hit something eventually. But as you see, there's going to be another spawn of 2 more elite chieftains, so be very, very careful. It is pretty easy to get melted in this section, but once you take out the chieftains, it gets a lot easier. So just kind of focus on them if you can, but if not, just take everything out. Just honestly kind of take your time. I wouldn't rush this section at all. But Once you kill these guys, go ahead and move on to your second counterweight, your second platform. And I believe you're going to get the same wave. Yep, there it is. It's just going to be a repeat of the last one. So take them all out pretty much in the same way as you did the first one. As you can see, I'm getting a little frantic. I am literally just spamming that button at this point. But like I said, use your cover to your advantage. This one just to our front left behind the ramp here. This one right here is actually really good for the next section as well. So keep this little area in mind. Alright, so once you get this ogre type fallen guy spawned in, you do get a checkpoint. So if you get here and you die, don't worry about it. What I like to do is just kind of stand right here and kill these guys as quickly as possible. That way I can get my my melee ability spamming, and then I literally just bounce back and forth between the left and the right and just kind of spam my melee ability as quickly and as fast and hopefully as accurately as possible for as long as possible. Once you get his first quarter or first third health down, you will get this spawn. What I like to do is just run all the way back to the entrance. Be very careful of the arc blast that dude is throwing. Kind of zigzag in between cover if you can, and then just let these guys come at you. Use your melee ability so you get that playing with fire perk activated and stacked up to the 3. And then that way you can just continue to spam the boss. Obviously take out any of the enemies that are going to be hurting you. And then you can also build up your super. Once you build your super up, go ahead and just throw it at the boss. I honestly wouldn't even wait. And be very careful of those chieftains. If you have to use your super on it just so you don't die, screw it. Go ahead and do it. And then again, once you get that to the last third, you will get another spawn in of enemies. But once the dude is dead and it gets really easy, just go ahead and take these guys out. And then once they're dead, we'll move on to the next section. Alright, once you get here, I like to just throw my knives, keep going, spam my knives here because there are going to be some invisible fallen. That guy will go down very quickly, that wanted enemy. Usually I say just let him run away. If he does run away, just let him go. But as you can see, he's going down really fast, so you might as well just spam your abilities, and he goes down pretty quickly. Once you get here, there is going to be a wave, so don't go running in through this bridge. Just let the boss kind of despawn and just melee spam all these guys that are come running at you. And then there's going to be 2 elites. I'm not sure if they're raiders or stalkers, but they're the sniper dudes. As you can see, they're both elites. So haul ass across the bridge once everything else is dead, and then just do what you saw me do there. And I believe the next section is the final boss fight. So let's go ahead and just get on to that. Alright, so once you're at the boss fight, just go ahead and run up to the staff and to activate the fight. Go ahead and pop your super if you have it. And then I like to get that 1 melee blast in there. Save your second one if you have the Ophidian Spathe. That way you have at least 1 melee charge to deal with these ads. There are going to be a lot of them, so just be aware. You're going to have to do some spamming. I find that this right section I like a lot for cover, but if you're more comfortable, or this is the left side, if you're more comfortable on the right side, feel free to go there. Just go whichever side you're more comfortable with. And then just stay to one side, because as you can see, they will kind of separate, and it'll make it a little bit easier so not everything's running at you at the same time. And you'll get several of these like big waves of enemies. As long as you got your 3 stack going, you can literally just spam it. And spam away you should. And if you have to, of course, jump away. Jump up in the air, throw them down. It shouldn't be too difficult, but if you're really getting overwhelmed, just run away, run to a side, and then if you have to throw a grenade, use a rocket, whatever, do that. Just most important thing is just stay alive. And then once you see this, if you have an arc rocket launcher like I do, like I'm using Sleepless, it'll take one shot, a direct hit will take down that shield if you're high enough light. Just get that shield down as quickly as possible, and then come running back into cover, and just kind of be aware of that area of effect attack that he does. That will hurt you pretty bad if you stay in it. So as soon as you see that circle, just get out of there. Like as you see here, it'll also kind of do this this like blue effect on the screen. Once you see that, time to move on. Otherwise, once these enemies spawn in, go ahead and use your melee ability so you can start spamming that. And then you can start spamming it on the boss. Once the boss goes immune, just prepare yourself for the attack here. And then you should get another wave. But as you can see, sometimes he won't go away. When that happens, I would honestly go to the right. That way you can at least get into cover if you're low on health like I was, and you can kind of just get out of there. But once you get the boss down to about just above his last third of health, he will start spamming that area of effect. You'll get some enemies spawned in, so just use your cover very intelligently. Like honestly, like you'll get some more of these waves right here, and then in the last third you'll also get one of those ogre type guys, those abominations, I think they're what they're called. I think he'll be in like the 3rd wave, so just be careful of that, because once he spawns, he is a mini boss, so he'll have a little bit more health. But if you can get a 3 stack with the Ophidian Spathe, you can literally just spam it. Just stay in cover, and you should be fine. Like over here, I really like this section right here just for this. You'll see him go down, and then it's pretty much just this over and over and over. It's just area of effect, attack. You won't get these massive waves of enemies after the mini boss, but you will get smaller waves of enemies, and so it's pretty much area of effect attack, area of effect attack, area of effect attack, mini spawn of ads, kill the shield attack, and then rinse and repeat until you kill the boss. So I'm just gonna let the rest of this video play out. If you want to do this, the cheesy farm for the shotgun, all you have to do is kill the boss just like normal, but make sure you have at least one rocket or something to kill yourself with, because when the chest spawns in, you'll see me do it here after the boss fight ends. Just as the chest is opening, shoot a rocket at the ground, or just kill yourself however you got. Like, rockets are honestly the easiest bit, or a grenade launcher, just shoot it directly at your feet just as the chest is opening, and you'll get the loot to drop, but it will also restart the boss fight. So if that's what you want to do, go for it until it gets patched, which I'm pretty sure it will eventually. But yeah, hopefully this guide helped you out. If it did, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, stay positive, be happy, be healthy, live long and prosper, and have an incredible week.
Do you feel it? The light is back. We're back. Eyes out, Guardian.